What if I told you that a French developer living his best life in Bali cracked the code to making over $143,000 last month alone? Without ads, without subscriptions, just pure genius. Well, in this episode, we're breaking down his blueprint for success that is as brilliant as it's profitable. In the last few months, Marc Lou, a solopreneur living in Bali, was all over my For You page. And this guy made over $143,000 last month alone. And the thing is, nearly all of it is profit. Crazy, right? So how did he get there? Well, after consuming nearly all of his content and even buying his flagship product ShipFast myself, I can tell you one thing. This man is a genius. Marc has created over 23 websites over the last 7 years, and after repeatedly writing the same code over and over again, he had an idea. He took the code from all the websites he had already built and turned them into a code template, also called boilerplate, which saves developers a ton of time setting up new projects. He basically created a product for himself and marketed pretty successfully. But this success is no luck. Over the last few years, Marc created a personal brand centered around building little software startups. He started on Twitter and shared his progress transparently. This helped him to create a community with people interested in building software, which happens to be the exact target audience of his flagship product. But not only that, he also always launches his startups on Product Hunt, which helps him drive additional traffic to his websites. Even though this traffic only comes for a short period of time, it helps spread the word and validate his ideas. More recently, he started taking YouTube more seriously. Sharing his story transparently, he again reaches his target audience, which is interested in developing software and creating an income as an indie developer. Through these videos on YouTube, he can connect to his audience on an even more personal level than he could ever do on Twitter, which builds trust and drives traffic to his websites for an extended period of time. So I can see why he's focusing on publishing videos on this platform right now. Getting more views that drive more traffic, which turns into paying customers that lead to even more interesting content, which gets more views. And yeah, you can see how this is going. This cycle repeats itself, making him more and more money each month without having to pay for advertising. All in all, a very strong content strategy. One thing though that he did very differently to nearly all of his competitors is that he does not rely on a subscription model, which is common in the software industry. Everything he sells is either a one-off payment or on a pay-per-use basis. Why is that so crucial? Well, I think we're all a little tired of subscriptions. I, for example, have over 400 euros in recurring costs each month for my business. While for some products it makes sense to be a subscription, for others I would love to just have a one-time payment. Marc realized that as well and had massive success selling his solutions for a fixed price. In one of his videos he even told a story how he once tried to switch back to a subscription model and his sales plummeted. Even though Marc has 23 websites, not all of them generate income, and nearly all of his revenue comes from one product, ShipFast. Trying ShipFast myself, I have to say it delivers on its promise. Having little to no coding experience myself, I still managed to build out a fully functioning SaaS in about 2 weeks. Just by using his code base, which has great documentation, and getting a little help from my friend ChatGPT. I have one paying customer right now, and there are hopefully a few more to come. By the way, if you want to see how this turns out, subscribe and follow my journey. A little shameless ad for myself right here. Now, what can we learn from Marc? There are a few takeaways that can be applied to other businesses as well. Notice how he never created social media accounts for his businesses. All of his marketing came from his personal brand, which I think is how it will be in the future. People want to connect to people, and building these relationships helped Marc scale each of his businesses. Something else that Marc does very well is the speed in which he launches new startups. Obviously, that's why he built ShipFast, but validating business ideas is a very important skill, as the sooner you know if something works, the better. If it's a success, great, you can go all in, but if it's a flop, it's better to cut your losses and move on to the next idea before wasting additional resources. The way Marc finds his ideas is also pretty unique. After his first success with ShipFast, he realized that he was spending over $1,000 in Stripe invoicing fees. So do you know what he did? He solved his own problem again and built Zenvoice, a tool through which customers can create their invoices themselves. Instead of researching the market to come up with a good idea, he scratched his own itch. He then builds out his idea really fast and validates it. A genius cycle. Now let me know if you have any questions or your own experiences with one of Marc's products in the description. I will try to reply to all of them. Thank you very much for your attention, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.